store for a great game today, everyone. Kate Scott and Brock Heward, along for the ride. The veneer of a new season is gone as we hit the middle third of the schedule. It's away here in Week 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this third-year QB.
Two numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And, of course, well, he cares less about those two numbers. He's more about the alphabet.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That's the way. That's exactly the way you show a crowd you've got no issues playing on the road. One snap in, you're celebrating a sack while the tens of thousands in the building, well, they watch their guy pick himself up off the turf.
That one's complete right side. Pickup of a few as he heads out of bounds. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. They'll try and throw it here. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. And bringing them out someone this defense is really going to have to keep an eye on, this mobile QB.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates. And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Space past the 35. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. It's a pickup of 11. And the Commanders will have a first. New set of downs for him at the 38. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Brought in right side. Juke the defender. Keeps it moving. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you get an explosive play on a drive in the NFL today, you're typically going to score. With that shot down the field, well, they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Pushing for the end zone, and he lost the football. It's not loose. And he's across for the touchdown, and that flag is not going to stop this celebration. They know that's an offsides call. Got to the end zone with a free play, so they will, of course, decline offsides and take the points. Lining up now to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Bears and their running back about to get back to work. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. And he'll come out throwing. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. And it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Throw left side, complete. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Pickup of 2 here. And that's good for a Bears first down. Backfield is empty as they motion him out right. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after a short gain. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 39. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Here's the first carry for the rookie out of Notre Dame. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still second down.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Fits it through the middle. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's a Chicago first down. Man in motion here. Working inside the red zone. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he's able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
Handoff now out of the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. But linebackers, well, they're a little bit like quarterbacks. They got to develop that sixth sense by watching that tape so they can diagnose and get home in a hurry like he just did.
Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
Well, when a defender can get his hand on a pass in any way, good things usually happen.
Out now are the special teamers to try a Bears field goal. It's a 38-yarder from the left hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here. But they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to the well again. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
The Commanders ready for the punt. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be Bears football. They've got 1st down from the 31. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Completed to his running back.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
All I could tell him there was good luck. You get a safety all over a run like that, they could just smell it like a shark with blood in the water. And you feel fortunate if you're even able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Escapes a defender. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down. And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Bears football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know those elite zone defenses in basketball, Kate. It just feels like they're everywhere, clogging up every passing lane. This quarterback, well, he felt the same thing when he dropped back. Nowhere to go but for a sack.
Short pass brought in. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped.
Well, things weren't about to end after the 1st hit or the 2nd. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
Hits his running back. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the 1st down. Back to throw. Hits him on the out route. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down. They put a receiver in motion here left. They'll run here on 1st down. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing now, off play action. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. took his shot at 6 that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. He's got the first down grab and still going. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
Kate, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that brings up 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, that's an example right there where you just simply got to be on the same page with each other and get both ends of the play right to execute. They want that one back.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. They're already on a modest little winning streak here. Currently in position to stretch it to 3 games as they take the field again. It's a new set of downs for them at the 32. 1st and 10, they're going to throw. Hauled in left side. Give them 32 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. He's dropping back to throw. Into traffic, complete. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help. They're now set for a 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Complete out to the right side. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 2nd and 6 coming up here. He'll throw it yet again. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Simple dive up the middle. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
The Commanders going field goal here. This from 35 yards away. Celebrating a decade in the NFL, he sends it through. And that'll push their lead to 4.
Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you're looking for on the call sheet.
Brings in the kick at the 9. He's got a lane up past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. And the last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Airing it out to start this drive. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Bears first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They go play action on first. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. They give it to him again. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Good defensive tackles in this league, Kate. They can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles. Well, they stuffed the stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
Back to throw now, 3rd down. That one's complete, right side. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, you do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did.
For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range. He's delivering.
And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's a handoff up the gut. And he's taken down after gaining a couple. That's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 24. That's completed right side. At the 20. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders grow their lead just before halftime. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders grow their lead to 8. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. He fields it from the 8. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Bears are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Dump off caught by his back. And he crosses midfield before going out. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Chicago first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Cut out left. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And he must have overlooked the linebacker there because he was right in the way to swat it away and bring out the incompletion. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. He'll throw it. That's caught for the first. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field.
Pass interference. Defense.
So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. Still sticking with the passing game. Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. And the Commanders, they're going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. And just like that, a really good drive is taken away with an INT.
Sure was a lot of promise on that series, right?
Yeah.
That's a small silver lining for them at the very least, but probably won't be much comfort now. And it's going to feel even worse when this quarterback watches the tape tomorrow.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Now looking to throw. That's incomplete. Trying to set up the screen there. Well, no luck on his first look of the game. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll take this forward to the 20 before they take him down to the turf. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. On now comes their punter. And he's only a handful of yards from his own goal line. Calls fair catch and has it inside the 40-yard line. The Bears headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. They're throwing it. Finds him over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Timeout Chicago. It uses its 2nd. Shotgun now on 3rd down. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And up by 8, not expecting them to get too aggressive this close to halftime. Throwing from the gun. On target to Jackson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Washington calls it second timeout. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 44. Now the offense going to take its third and final timeout. 2nd and 3 now. Back now, pressure on its way. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Pass play coming here. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, it's fascinating how those routes you run so many times in practice become a whole lot more difficult in the actual game. That was an important 3rd and short to convert. Very surprised to see that play fail.
Fair catch signaled for and made at the 32-yard line. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Back to throw it. Short pass brought in. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. Looking to throw. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock. That one vehemently swatted away. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up. They send a man in motion. Throwing it just before halftime. Brought in along the sideline. Just need an official ruling. And they say catch. Great play. Now that brings us to the midway point of this one. The Commanders enjoying a nice little lead here on the road. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, where it was the visiting Cowboys who got the win on the road. The Cowboys don't want to fall into a deep hole this early, so a good win there ups their record to 3-4. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. Jackson now to return it. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The Commander offense with the football first to begin quarter number 3. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the 3rd. Escapes the pocket. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And he's hit at the line of scrimmage. The run outside returns nothing. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. He's going to throw this one. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Throwing off the play fake here. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Passing struggles, bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Hey, this is one of those situations where, Kate, even as a former QB, I really feel for these corners in this league. They got the hardest job in football, sticking the guys on these routes and on a comebacker in particular, where that receiver breaks it off. Man, that can be so difficult to defend.
They'll throw it again. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So that brings up second down. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's tackled for a short gain. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Setting up a throw. Completed over the middle. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
How many times, Kate, do we see those routes, those horizontal east-to-west routes, just get that first down on these critical third down situations? It takes tremendous eyes, tremendous speed, and a tremendous want-to by the defense to stop that short.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's out to the 38. The Bears about set for their next possession. New set of downs for him at the 38. Throwing it to start this drive. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And now it's second down. They'll throw it. We've got a screen to the running back. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Jukes one defender. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up second and 10. Dropping back to throw. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up third down. Looking to the air here. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball, and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. The Commanders all set to regain possession. And they settled for a field goal on their last series, so points are a positive, but they'll look to upgrade to a touchdown here. On first down, they'll run. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. From the 29. He's got it over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Back-to-back carries here. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the...
This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You could put that sack right into the coverage sack category. You can see the quarterback. He's scanning, right? He's going through his progressions. 1, 2, 3. Nobody's open. And then, bam! Sack lunch.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
3rd and long for him here. Setting up the running back screen. And this one doesn't go far.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it'll be their football. The Bears offense now heads back out to the field. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. First and 10, looking to throw. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 31. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
They go play action on 1st. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. They put a receiver in motion right. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. So we're through 3 here. The Bears have the ball, and they're going to need to score. They come in trailing. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Here we go. Let go.
From the 21. Hits his running back. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls them back within 1 score here in the 4th.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now comes the Commander offense for another series. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Throwing from the gun. This is reeled in by Jackson. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Hits him on the out route. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
They'll send out the punting unit. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Airing it out to start this drive. Has him on the quick hitter. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They motion the tight end over. Throw left side, complete. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Back now, pressure on its way. Complete out to the right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Bears first down. From the red zone now. He's got it. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. He'll throw it yet again. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Motioning the tight end now. 3rd down from the gun. Ooh, he missed that one, and he knew it. Put it behind his guy, and now it's 4th down.
You know, Kate, my years in Indianapolis with Peyton, he loved to know the tendencies of a defense. In 3rd and short, more often than not, all across the league, you get man-to-man coverage. It really is a good time to throw. Unfortunately, couldn't execute that pass, and a 4th down instead.
And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, 99% of what they did was excellent. Right play call, good route, great throw. Just needed to make that catch. That's a situation you expect your guys to convert every time.
Throwing now on first down. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down up at the 12-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Throwing from the gun here. He's going to try to drop it in deep. They connect on the deep shot. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders have a commanding 14-point lead now in the 4th. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Extra point attempt coming up. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Commanders lead by 15 now. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Has this at the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. Chicago getting set to take the field now. They took their shot on 4th and goal, came away empty-handed, so a lot to like, Brock, but just need to find a way to punch it in this time. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It is caught left side. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 43. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that separation can create the big play down the field.
Finds a man right side. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. 2nd and 8. Finds him over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Offense up to the line fast. Play action on 1st down. Touchdown, Chicago! All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the 4th. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Jackson now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Commanders ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And you know this firsthand, partner. You get above that 300 mark, you and your offense are going to have plenty of highlights to choose from by this point in the game. We're getting a look at some of them now. You just got to marvel at how well he's played the quarterback position here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. 2nd and 3 now. Running it now out of the gun. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
1st and 10 from the 41. Another carry for him. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. The give here on 2nd. And he drives it up past the 45. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Their punter making his way out now. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And he calls for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 14-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the Bears are going to take over deep in their own territory. Back to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. Big gain downfield. Hits the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears cut it to just 2 late in the game. So there's part 1, Brock. They get the touchdown that they desperately needed. Now you'd imagine comes a try for 2.
Yeah, and this might be just as tough as to go get that touchdown they just did because, well, they work on 2-point conversions, but they're difficult. This is also a must-have, though, Kate, if they want to try and force overtime.
So now the Bears getting set. Big moment coming as they go for 2. Setting up to pass. And he's taken down. The defense maintains the 2-point lead. Ooh, this is so tough, Brock. You understand what he was trying to do, make something happen, ended up outside the pocket, but even some added creativity can't yield 2 points here.
You get down here on these 2-point conversions, the real estate just gets gobbled up in a hurry. Not only for the QB, but the receivers as well. Only so much time to try to make something work before that defender said, "Not in my house."
The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over him.
He'll go to a knee to close this one out, Brock, and it's only fitting that he's holding the ball in the end after the absolutely tremendous game that he had.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game. It's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.